Look at the screen again. Look at the, if you can see my screen, just type screen. Let me be sure everybody's following. Just type screen. Everybody, if you can see my screen, type screen on the chat. I'll just take a look and see who's typing. Yeah, just type screen. If you are following me and you can see my screen, just type screen. SCREEN on the chat. All right. Can anybody type screen? Let me just be sure I'm engaging with the people who are here today. Good. Thank you, Emmanuel. I can see who else can see my screen. Just type screen. Okay, we have about 19% or more. Just go ahead and type screen. Type screen. Let me see that you are with me. Okay, good. Let it keep coming. Let it keep coming. Oh, beautiful. Now, insurance, I have like 6 illustrations to use to communicate what this is. I want you to imagine an umbrella. So insurance is like an umbrella. I mean, when rainy season right now, an umbrella is something like most people see as an unnecessary weight, like an extra load you carry when you are going out, going to work or going to church or going somewhere, right? You carry it everywhere you go, even when the sky is clear, right? You feel like it's a burden sometimes, but it becomes very handy when it begins to rain. So it becomes very handy and it shows you are ready before even there's a sign of rain. Most times when you go out in the morning, like in the rainy season like this, you don't pray for rain, but you actually go with umbrella, right? Why are you doing that? That is what insurance is like. Insurance is that umbrella you carry out, when you're going out in the morning, because in case it rains, you will still stay protected. Number 2, insurance is like the aboki the security man at your gate, right? Insurance is like that aboki, that security man at your gates. You pay him salary every single month, not because you want thieves to come to your house, right? Nobody wants thieves to come. Even in the schools where we have security at the gates. Why are we keeping them there? Why? Oh, nobody comes and says, this security man, this aboki man, I've been paying you every month and thieves have not come. I'm wasting money, right? Nobody does that. Even, in fact, you pay the aboki every single month and you are still praying that thieves should not come. But nobody ever says, this money I'm paying this aboki man is a waste of money. That is how insurance is. So number 3, insurance is like your generator, your pass my neighbor or the regular generator people have, right? It's on standby there. Most times you don't even use it if all things being equal. It looks like it's not important until NEPA does or do what they are known for, right? So your generator is on standby there, never always been used until there is a blackout. That is when you now realize the importance of that small generator by the side of your house, right? Number 4, insurance is like fire extinguisher. In many proper structure buildings, on churches and offices, you have fire extinguisher there. It usually gets expired sometimes. After it expires, you have to go and buy another one and replace the one that is there. You keep buying fire extinguisher in your office. You keep putting it there. Why are you keeping it there? Are you actually expecting fire? No, you're not. Why are you wasting money replacing it whenever it expires? Not because you want fire to come, but because you have wisdom, right? You are preparing because that fire extinguisher that looks like an expenses, like an expenses to your business, becomes very handy. The day there will be fire outbreak, you now thank God and thank yourself that you took the step to acquire or to keep that fire extinguisher right there. All right. Number 5 is like a power bank. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's like a power bank. If you are going out of your house, for instance, you are like, now this power bank is very heavy. Why am I carrying this load? Until your phone is about to go down in a very important time in the day when you want to make an important phone call or attend a meeting like this, and then your battery is 5%. I don't know how you feel sometimes when your battery is like 5% and you have a lot of things you want to do, very, very important. That time your power bank becomes very handy. That's what insurance is like. Okay. Then finally, it's like your first aid. Let me even ask you a question, everybody on this call. If you are a married woman here, in fact, not even a married, anybody on this call for that matter, you probably have at least one medication in your house. At least one. Maybe paracetamol, maybe Panadol, right? I mean, my sister Oge, I know she has it.
I have multiple.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, I know she has a baby, right? And many of you who are parents here, even if you're not a parent, even if you're living alone, you probably have one paracetamol somewhere. For the mothers right here, you have some liquid suspension. You have, one medicine or the other, or even a first aid in your house. Why are you having that medicine in your house? Okay, are you expecting sickness to come to your family? You are not. Why are parents having these medicines in their houses? Are they expecting bad things to happen? No. It is simply common wisdom that you should have those things in your house so that when or if that event occurs, you will be protected. You'll be ready. That is insurance. I mean, these things I've said now is the easiest and the simplest way to help you understand what insurance actually means. Just a moment. Okay, having said that, just a moment. Okay, good. Having said that, I'll go to the next slide. So I've told you the umbrella, the security at your gate, the generator, the what do you call it? The fire extinguisher, the power bank, the first aid. These are common things you know and you use. That's how to help you understand how insurance works and what it really is. So now, why do teachers need insurance? Very big questions. Why do educators and teachers need insurance? So, I mean, we all know that teachers are builders of society, right? But who actually protects the teacher is a very big question that most people are not answering. Teachers build the future, they build our kids, they build society, but who actually protects the teacher? There are 4 things on the screen, as you can see right now. The 4 areas I'll just touch quickly are: number 1, income protection. Big question for you today. If illness stops you from working, from going to your school, whatever your school is or whatever the name is, if there's a chronic, please don't say God forbid. God forbid is not a strategy, all right? God forbid is not a plan, all right? Most people who are religious, they say, God forbid, to fear what? God forbid is not a plan, is not a strategy. Okay, so again, back to my question: if something happens to you as a teacher or an educator or a school owner and you can no longer go to your office physically to deliver on your job, who will pay for your children's school fees? Who will pay for your rent? Who will feed your family? Have you thought about that before? Again, Tufiakwa, it will never happen. I agree with you, but Tufiakwa is not a plan. Number 2, family protection. The question is, if something happens to you today, how long can your family survive without that your monthly salary? Has it occurred to you before? If maybe an accident or a health concern or whatever it is, or they won't fire you from your job, say, or something terrible happen, right? How long can your family survive without that your salary? Very big question you should think about today. Number 3, retirement. Many teachers retire with dreams, right? They have big ideas, big dreams, but the question is, too many retirees or teachers, they retire with financial worries instead. Many teachers, many head teachers, principal and teachers, when they get to 50 and above, you see that they are still struggling. Not because they were not earning money while they were working, but because they did not consider retirement as something that is inevitable. Number 4, education planning for teachers or their children, right? Every teacher hearing my voice or every educator hearing my voice right now, you provide value. You value education yourself. That's why you're a teacher, right? So, but many teachers or educators, they struggle to pay their own children's school fees, and it becomes even bad or worse when they enter into some kind of unfortunate situation. Okay, so these are the reasons why teachers need to take insurance very seriously. I have a lot of teachers, who have policies or accounts. In the bank, you call it account. In the insurance industry, like my brother said earlier, you call it policy, right? So when you say bank account number for the banking industry, in insurance, you say policy number. So I have many teachers who have policies, who are putting money aside and protecting their families and their loved ones while they are still working. Okay, and I'll get to that in a bit. Okay, so this next slide is the question: why schools should care about insurance? Maybe you are here or you are watching the replay and you're a school owner. All right, the question is, why should schools care about insurance? In your school, the place where you work, in the school environment, right? There could be a fire outbreak, and many people who are there will be at risk. If you're in Lagos State watching, you probably heard about a building that collapsed at Alakija a few days or weeks ago. That was a disaster. Nobody went to work that day preparing or planning to have a building collapse on them. Nobody thought about that day. But they went to the business place, and then there was a collapse of a building, and many lives were lost and many properties damaged, 100% gone. So that building, if it was insured, the owner of that building probably will not cry as much. Do you know sometimes people people cry more than they bereave sometimes, not because they are the one that lose something, but because they know what they wanted to gain, right? Back to my story. If a building, sometimes in Lagos here, if you're in Lagos, you see some supermarkets. There's a popular supermarket, I won't call the name, always on fire. Every 3-4 years is on fire. Some of you know the supermarket I'm talking about. Please, if you know the supermarket, don't call the name, just type yes in the comments. Let me see. If you know the supermarket I'm talking about, just type yes in the comment section. There's one supermarket in Lagos around our Amawodofin axis that always gets burnt. Every 1, 2, 3 years there's fire. But that's by the way though. But then you see the owner of that supermarket, most times they don't even worry themselves, they don't cry, they don't bother, because that property is insured. Okay, somebody is saying yes. Emmanuel said yes. I know this supermarket you're talking about. Yeah, the property there, the building is insured most of the time. So you don't commit suicide. You don't go and say, my whole life is gone because my property got burned. No. If it is insured, the insurance company will show up for you and replace that property or the content of it, depending on your policy, to the state it was before the fire. The same for school, right? There could be burglar, there could be thief or armed robbers or whatever coming to take properties. We have cases of, armed robbers or thieves coming in to take computers in the ICT hall of a school. They come to steal from the, there are a lot of things, equipment and gadgets, laboratory equipment that could be stolen, right, in the school. If those things happen, how do you replace them? You now begin to spend millions to replace them because you did not pay a fraction to protect them. Remember I told you about the security man at your gate. The security man at your gate, you put them there and you are paying them 50K or 70K every month to help you protect, a property worth several millions, hundreds of millions. That's common sense. You see, the Nigerian problem for many Nigerians and Africa generally is about maintenance, quote unquote. I think people say we usually have a bad maintenance culture. A typical Nigerian can spend 100 million on something, but will feel he's wasting money to spend 20K to protect it. That's how most people think, most Africans think. How can you spend over 200 million naira to build something and then you are told to pay 100,000 naira to protect it? You say no, it's a waste of money until you lose the entire 200 million naira. That is how insurance works. All right. So again, for school owners and property owners, flood, students and staff accidents in the school environment, buildings, labs and computers, all of those things are valuable assets that are not protected for most schools. And anything can happen and they are all gone. You have to now begin from the scratch. All right. So as I begin to close this, insurance is like an act of love. Okay. What that means is simple. Many think buying insurance means expecting a bad thing to happen, right? But that's not what it is. On the contrary, like I said earlier, we keep medicines at our homes. We pray our children should never fall sick, yet we still keep paracetamol in the house. Does buying paracetamol mean we want sickness? No. Insurance works in that same way. So it's about love. If you love your family, you have insurance. If you love your children, your husband or your wife, in fact, I have a couple who just got married some time back. While they were trying to get married, they said, Mr. Emmanuel, I want to buy insurance in preparation for my unborn children. I said, okay. He said, yeah, because he wants to be putting money aside. He said, although, because, when you... Yes, please. Are you speaking okay? Are you speaking okay? I can't hear you. Are you speaking? Okay, are you saying something? Okay, come again. I did not hear you.
You hear me?
Yeah, it's breaking. Come again. Say it again.
I said, so you can actually buy insurance for an unborn child.
Okay. So I'll come. Maybe I'll take some questions at the end. But let me just talk about what I said now about the unborn child. For this man and his wife, what they did, they bought insurance. I told him, okay, your child needs to be on the earth first before you put them as beneficiary. He said, yeah, I'll put somebody else. But is it possible, Mr. Emmanuel, to change my beneficiary letter? I say yes. So what they did eventually was to buy the policy, right? But they have their relatives as the beneficiary, so they can be putting money aside now right? So when the time is right, maybe when the baby finally comes, they can just change the names of the beneficiary, right? So because you have to have, when you buy a policy, for instance, let's say as a teacher or an educator, you say, you know what, I want my baby is 1 year old or 2 years old. I want to save money. I want to put money aside for like the next 6 years, right? And protect in perpetuity for my baby. Okay, if the baby was not yet born at the time, you can have a relative or anybody's name as the beneficiary. Then after the baby comes, you can now you change that beneficiary part to your baby, and that's what they did, right? I have a man who's doing like 3 or 4 different insurance for his kids all simultaneously. By the way, how it works is this, and I will get to that. Unlike your motor insurance that you actually pay annually, if you have a car, you pay once a year, and you are saying, insurance company, I'm going to give you this money, right? If anything happens to this car, do this and this and this and this for me. Okay, depending on the type of insurance, it can be third-party insurance for your motor. It can be comprehensive, right? If it's comprehensive, you're paying about 5%. Let's say your car is worth 100 million naira. I want to use motor car as an example. Let's say your car is worth 100 million naira, and then 5% is 5 million naira, right? So I have a car worth 100 million naira, but I'll pay 5 million naira every single year. Divide that 5 million naira into 12 months, like 12 times, divided by 30 days, you see that you are paying a very insignificant amount of money every single day for that car. What you are saying is that I will drive this car every day. If armed robbers want to take this car from me at gunpoint, I will not struggle with them on the steering. Let them take it and go. If there's fire outbreak on this car, I will not jump into the fire. Let the fire take the car and go. All right. So if you divide 5 million naira by 12 months by 30 days, you see that what you are paying for that car is nothing compared to the fuel money for the week to protect the car. But many Nigerians will say, 5 million naira for a car is too much, it's a waste of money. The same way you are paying your booking money for your gates, and you don't really want bad things to happen, but you keep paying him. Why not pay to protect the security of that car worth 100 million? Anyway, that's by the way. So back to the life insurance. So that one is for general insurance, the car owned. But I was talking about life insurance a while ago for your family, for your kids. Now, unlike the motor car insurance I talked about, which if nothing happens to that car in the first 1 year, you have to renew it the next year. Just like, road safety and the police on the road, they say, okay, your paper has expired. You say, oh, let me go and renew my insurance. In life insurance, it's a little bit different, right? We have different kind of product that you're not just paying, and if nothing happens, the money is gone. No, you are actually the money you are paying as premium. In this case, is your money you are being saved. So in the motor insurance, you pay a particular amount of money, and if nothing happens in 1 year, that money is gone. The next year you do it again, right? In life insurance, there are very powerful products that are available such that the money you pay as premium is not going anywhere. It's still your money. It's your money you are saving, but there is protection. So before I came on this call right now, there's a man that is doing one for his family. He's doing 200K every single month for 6 years. I wish I can share my screen on that is on my phone, but I'm using my laptop right now. He's doing 200K every single month for his family. Now, the 200K he's paying is not like premium that will disappear, like the motor own. No, it's actually him saving money for the next 6 years. By the end of 6 years, that man will have about 14.4 million naira he has put together. But from the first day he begins to save 200K, he has 10 million naira as life insurance for his family. Let me say it again. This man, Mr. Larry King, his name is Larry King, he said, I want to do 200K, maybe I can do 100, but say, let me just do 200K. So for 200K every month he's saving, he has over 10 million naira as life insurance cover for free, no extra cost for his family. What it means is, I'll be saving 200K every single month. Any day you don't see me give my wife and children 10 million naira, even though I have saved only 2 million naira or 1 million naira or less than 1 million. Let me say it again. I want to be saving 200,000 naira every single month for the next 6 years. Like my brother said a while ago, the previous speaker, it's an agreement. So I come into a contract with this insurance company to protect my family. I will commit to save 200,000 naira every single month for 6 years. Now, anytime in between these 6 years that life happens to me and you can't find me anymore, or I go to join my ancestors, give my wife and children or my husband and children 10 million naira. But if I survive the 6 years, give me all the money I've
Hello,
saved.
Mr. Okoli.
Pardon? Okay, I can't hear you.
Can you hear me?
Okay, I can hear you now. 5 minutes. 5 minutes? Perfect. All right, let me quickly close it up. But then if this man survived the 6 years, what happens is that all that he has saved comes back to him with an extra bonus of about 2 million or thereabout. So it's a win-win. It's insurance, it's protection, it's savings, it's investment because the money appreciates, and it's also a disciplined way to achieve certain projects. Because some people, because insurance does not have ATM card, unlike your money in the bank that you can just go and bring it out and then you're spending the money for urgent 2K. There's no ATM card. You have to be disciplined. Most people don't have savings problem. Most people have discipline problem. All right. If you ask any teacher right now to buy a land, they will say, I can't buy land. I don't have bulk money. But if you plan for it, right, anything is possible. And that's where insurance savings comes into the picture. I have 4 minutes more, so I'll quickly close this. So beyond just financial planning, beyond what my brother said earlier, so look at my screen, you see about 4 or 6 table. Everybody hearing me right now should have like you have an income already, I believe so. Then, like he said earlier, you have a budget. Then there should be a place for emergency funds. Then you should, of course, cultivate a habit of savings and an investment, and then of course insurance. Now the good thing is that this insurance in the yellow box right here, there are products available in Here's Insurance that many families, teachers are using right now that covers savings, investments, and insurance all in one. So you don't have to have 3 different boxes, right? So there you are saving money, you are insured, and it's also an investment at the same time. Yeah, and I'll get to that maybe during the question and answer session if there's any. All right. So that being said, next slide. What happens without protection? What happens without protection? Okay, like I've said, a teacher that has an unexpected life event in the family, or a school boss get into a problem and then the school is in big trouble because there's no insurance, or there's a fire outbreak somewhere, either in your house or in the school, and then people have to pay heavily because there was no insurance initially. All right. So some common myths about insurance. People say, like I said earlier, insurance companies, they don't usually pay money, or they say to you, insurance is for the rich people, not for people like us who are earning 100K, 200K every month. How much do I have? Now, person don't job, they do insurance. You know, people can say things like, I'm still very young, I don't need insurance. When I get old, I will do insurance. These are some common lies that some people tell themselves, right? But the truth is that anybody can do insurance. In fact, the younger, the better, right? And the truth of the matter also is that legitimate claims, if your claims are legitimate, you are going to have your payout, as the other man said earlier. You know, it comes to you if you have legitimate claims and you look at your policy document properly, and then you understand what you're getting into before you even start. You know, so these are all myths that I just wanted to touch on before I close up. So my final advice to everyone on this call is very simple. If you're a teacher or you are an educator on this call, I want you to consider having an emergency fund, number one, right? I want you to understand that most likely you don't have a will right now. You say, Mr. Emmanuel, how can I have a will? What do I have? Well, I have property. Insurance serves as a will for anybody, no matter how much you are earning. You can use this insurance to serve as a will, and it is the simplest will you can transfer to any your loved ones, husband, wife, or children. Unlike your money in the bank. I hope you know, if you have money in the bank and you die, for instance, God forbid, nobody can access that money easily. Even your next of kin will go through hell if they will ever succeed in accessing the money. But it's different with insurance because it is a simplest will anybody can have. Insurance helps you to save consistently in a disciplined format. Please have that habit of saving consistently, and then it protects your income so that if you stop working by emergency, your family will not suffer. All right, then, and then it also does the same thing for your family. And then you can now, I'd advise you also to review your current goals. But you have a goal. I want to buy a land, I want to buy a car, I want to plan for my children at secondary school when the time is right. I want to begin today. So if you have all of these things in place, you will see the reason why you take insurance a little bit more seriously. Teachers around Lagos and beyond, they are doing 20,000 naira every month. I have a teacher who's doing 20k every single month. She has done over 1 year now. Tell me, Mr. Mother, I'm done over 1 year. I have those who are doing 50, 100, depending on your capacity. The best time to start anything is not now, is actually yesterday. So as I close this, your greatest asset is not your house, it is not your car, it is not even your salary. Your greatest asset is your ability to protect, your ability to earn an income first and then to protect it. All right. As educators, we would like you to prepare for, we prepare our children for tomorrow's through knowledge. Yeah. As adults, we must also prepare our families for tomorrow through wise financial planning. Insurance is not about expecting the worst, it is about ensuring hope, whatever tomorrow brings. Thank you so much. I'll just stop here. There are questions, but then maybe if we have time, we can take them. Okay, thank you for the opportunity. I believe that our people have gotten value. God bless you all. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Okoli. So we'll just take 2 questions because of time.
3.
I really learned from everybody. Okay, any question? If you have a question.
Okay, Mr. Okoli, thank you for your presentation. I believe you can hear me clearly. This is me.
Yeah.
I can't see the screen. Please, can you comprehensively give us the list of the insurance policies offered by your company? Can you please, maybe the comment section or anyhow, all the policies offered by an insurance so that we can, some of us can take. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay.
So,
Okay, can I respond?
call after the
Okay.
so I can post.
Okay, I'm not sure. Okay, your I don't know if it's my network, but okay, your network is, your voice is cracking. I'm not sure whether it's me or just the network issue. But I had a question. It says, I'm going to put them together and send to Oge, but let me just say a few. There are many policies out there. There are over 50 insurance policies that are available out there, whether it's life. So you have the general insurance, you have the life insurance. General is the one that has to do with the property, your motor car, your vehicle, and your jewelries, your phone. You want to protect all of those stuff. That's general. But then you have the life. The life is what I'm even focused on right now. The life is what deals with you as a person, your husband or your wife, your children, and then your financial planning. That one is life insurance. Okay, for life, there are different types. For example, you have what you call the hair save, you have the hair triple pay, you have the my hairs, you have the smart school plan, you have so many. However, there is one of them that addresses almost all that the other ones addresses. Like I call it the Ogakwataka of them all. We call it the hairs triple pay. Right, that one serves as not just insurance alone, it serves as an investment because the money you put in is not exactly what you're getting out. You're going to get more than that. So you have a kind of appreciation at the end of the tenure. It's a 6-year tenure, right? And then it has a life insurance cover, meaning that when you are saving your money, from the day you start saving, you have several millions locked for your family as protection. Then it creates other benefits like a will. It serves as a will. It serves as a targeted project or whatever it is. There are many things you can do with it. Okay, it can serve for your children education. It can serve for your plans to buy a land, for you yourself traveling abroad, and many other things you can do. Anyways, I'll put them together. But these are the few policies that are available that can be of great benefit to teachers and educators. Thank you. I think I was able to address that, sir.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Okoli. Any other question? Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you all hear me?
Yes.
So someone just asked now. Someone just asked me, what is the, will I say